Considered by many critics to be the greatest living actress, Meryl Streep is an icon. The New Jersey native has starred in nearly 70 films, holds the record for the most Academy Award nominations of any actor, and, at 74, she's still acting. Add to that her almost 5-decade-long marriage and 4 loving kids, and at first glance it may seem like Meryl Streep has lived the perfect life. However, despite her career success, Streep faced a profound personal loss during the early stages of her rising career. This devastating event had the potential to not only impact her professional trajectory, but also disrupt her personal life. In 1978, a young Meryl Streep stood at the cusp of becoming the most outstanding actor of her generation. However, tragically, she was also on the brink of losing the love of her life. Michael Schulman, the author of one of her biographies, noted that her life during this period was remarkably eventful and dramatic, playing a pivotal role in shaping both her personal identity and her career as an actor. Fitting is a word too basic to describe the little-known story of Meryl Streep's first, tragic love. There's something distinctive within her, an electric current flowing in the opposite direction compared to the rest of us. This element not only amplifies her impact on the world, but also seems to transcend her and her remarkable talent into a different dimension. Although married to American sculptor Don Gummer since 1978, the circumstances that united them and Streep's enduring love for another provide a comprehensive explanation for the couple's well-known inclination toward a private and guarded life. Meryl Streep's journey in the world of acting began when she ventured to New York City at the age of 26 to grace the Broadway stage in 1976. Her pursuit of acting followed her completion of a Master's of Fine Arts from Yale in Connecticut. Born to an art editor mother and a pharmaceutical executive father in New Jersey, Streep's upbringing was a blend of artistic exposure and a professional milieu. Interestingly, acting wasn't always Streep's initial aspiration. In her teenage years, she confessed to not understanding singing, as revealed in a conversation with Karina Longworth, the author of her 2014 biography. However, her love for music, cultivated through a childhood immersed in the sounds of Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, the Beatles, and ABBA, eventually kindled a passion for the performing arts. Additionally, Streep had never envisioned herself working in the realm of film. In an interview with Barbara Klinger from Indiana University in 2014, she shared, "I was always in plays, but I thought it was vain to be an actress." Streep even candidly admitted, "Plus, I thought I was too ugly to be an actress." The turning point came when something sparked within her during her involvement in the 1969 university play, Miss Julie. This transformation did not go unnoticed by others. According to Clinton Atkinson, Streep's drama professor at Vassar College, "I don't think anyone ever taught Meryl acting. She really taught herself." Meryl Streep's journey to Yale's Fine Arts program took an unexpected turn. Diverging from her initial plan to attend law school after graduating from Vassar, the twist of fate occurred when Streep, in a serendipitous yet alarmingly relatable moment, overslept on the morning of her law school admission interview. Seizing the opportunity, she embraced acting wholeheartedly. In the pursuit of her newfound passion, Streep embarked on transformative adventures, including trips to London, where she resorted to busking to sustain herself while actively seeking the attention of theater scouts. These formative experiences shaped her artistic identity, laying the groundwork for her future success. Upon returning to the United States, Streep found herself in the heart of the vibrant and challenging New York City. The iconic Times Square, just around the corner from her endeavors, served as a backdrop as the 26-year-old Streep navigated the shadows behind Broadway stages. However, the Times Square of that era was a stark contrast to its current glitzy incarnation. The absence of bright lights and the presence of street hawkers peddling Yankee hats were replaced by a gritty landscape, dotted with go-go bars, sex shops offering peep shows, and adult theaters. A stark contrast to the theatrical world Streep was becoming a part of. In the bustling city, Streep's early years were marked by determination and resilience. Cast in 6 plays during her inaugural year in New York, she left behind the aspirations of law school. More than a decade before Meryl Streep's transformative journey to New York, another aspiring actor, John Cazale, undertook a similar migration. Hailing from the northeastern corner of Massachusetts, Cazale's journey to stardom had its humble beginnings. Cazale's acting aspirations led him to study the craft at a university in Boston. Upon graduating, he faced the practical need to earn a living, and for a time he found himself working as a taxi driver. However, this was a temporary state of affairs for someone with dreams as grand as Cazale's. His breakthrough came in 1959 at Boston's Charles Playhouse, where, at the age of 23, he delivered a performance as George Gibbs in Our Town that left an indelible mark. Critic Jean-Pierre Frankenhuis hailed it as part of a revolution not soon to be forgotten, describing Cazale's portrayal as absolutely stupendous, hilarious, touching, thrilling. With his dark hair and a hint of melancholy in his eyes, Cazale emerged as a comedian of the first order. Inspired by this early success, Cazale, too, set his sights on the vibrant landscape of New York City. There, he diversified his income by working as a photographer while tirelessly searching for acting opportunities. In 1965, John Cazale embarked on a nationwide tour with the play The Sign in Sidney Brustein's Window. Upon his return to New York, while juggling the role of a messenger on the production of Standard Oil, Cazale serendipitously crossed paths with none other than the soon-to-be Hollywood heavyweight Al Pacino. The encounter marked the beginning of something monumental. Reflecting on their collaboration, Pacino recently remarked, "I think I learned more about acting from John than anybody. You never knew where acting started with John and where it ended. He became whoever it is he was playing. You'd wonder where he was during rehearsals, and then he'd just transform." In 1971, as Meryl Streep navigated the halls of Yale and pondered potential ventures in London, a keen-eyed casting director in a small Manhattan theater saw Cazale's transformative prowess. It was a revelation. The actor who seamlessly embodied his characters would be a perfect fit for the role of Fredo Corleone in the upcoming production of The Godfather. Cazale and Pacino, alongside Cazale's idol, Marlon Brando, collaborated on the blockbuster 1972 film, as well as its 1974 sequel, The Godfather Part II. This convergence of worlds, Cazale as a critically acclaimed film star and Streep as a recent graduate with grand aspirations, sealed their fates together. In the dynamic landscape of 1970s Broadway, the New York Shakespeare Festival was a revolutionary force, aiming to make Shakespeare accessible to the masses under the leadership of producer and director Joseph Papp. It was within this cultural tapestry that Meryl Streep and John Cazale's paths serendipitously crossed. In June 1976, both actors were cast in Shakespeare's Measure for Measure as part of the festival's initiative to bring the bard's works to the people for free. In this production, Streep took on the role of Isabella, a nun, while Cazale portrayed Angelo, a morally compromised judge entrusted with the city's governance. Their theatrical collaboration provided a stage for their personal connection to blossom. Reflecting on Cazale's immersion in the play, actor Marvin Starkman later shared, "Once he was in that play, the only thing he talked about was her." In the captivating narrative of Shakespeare's Measure for Measure, Angelo, a morally compromised judge, prohibits sex between unmarried couples and condemns Isabella's brother to death for violating this law. When Isabella pleads for her brother's life, Angelo, in a hypocritical twist, proposes a disturbing deal. He offers to spare her brother's life in exchange for sexual favors. Isabella, however, outsmarts Angelo, revealing his true nature to the city. Reflecting on their onstage dynamics, Meryl Streep later shared, "He thought I acted perfectly. referring to John Cazale. Cazale, in turn, affectionately dubbed Streep a delicious robot, capturing the unique chemistry that fueled their artistic collaboration. Off-stage, their friendship deepened into a profound romantic connection, marked by shared laughter and an overwhelming, earth-shaking love. Al Pacino, observing their happiness, remarked, "They were so happy. I felt they could do anything." The duo's love story unfolded as Streep moved into Cazale's Tribeca apartment on the Lower West Side of the city. Despite a significant age and experience gap of 14 years, they made a solemn pact to marry once they secured their next major roles. Pacino later reflected on Cazale's foreboding, suggesting that he may have sensed something in the future, an intuition about the challenges ahead. Notably, Cazale expressed a reluctance to have children. Their days were filled with romantic dinners in Little Italy, where restaurant patrons, awed by the presence of the charismatic duo, would often waive the bill and engage in conversations with them in Italian. As they strolled the city's pavements, engaged in discussions about work, bills, and shared dreams for the future, Meryl Streep and John Cazale, described by playwright Israel Horovitz as a quirky couple with a unique charm, navigated the challenges of life together. Their distinctive and endearing appearance made them a captivating pair, drawing attention for their offbeat charm. However, beneath the surface of their outwardly joyous moments, a shadow loomed over Cazale. As he performed in Agamemnon on Broadway, an ominous feeling settled in. Simultaneously, Streep took the stage nearby in the ironically titled musical Happy End. Amid conversations about work, bills, and holiday plans, a darker reality emerged for Cazale. The unmanageable illness compelled him to miss performances in May 1977, prompting a visit to the doctor with Streep and producer Joseph Papp by his side. The diagnosis was devastating: lung cancer that had metastasized to the bones. The news struck like a sudden, paralyzing blow, leaving Papp to remark, "It felt like you've been struck dead on the spot." In the face of adversity, Cazale fell silent, but Streep, known for her resilience, defied despair. Looking up, she uttered, "So, where should we go to dinner?" With that, they pressed on, determined to face the challenges ahead. Despite his ailing health, Cazale was presented with a significant opportunity: a major role in the 1978 film The Deer Hunter, alongside Robert De Niro. This role, which should have been their ticket to marriage, instead became a bittersweet prospect, as it meant precious time slipping away. In a poignant gesture, Streep accepted a role in the same film, portraying a character she disliked just to be close to her ailing lover. She knew time was precious. During this challenging period, Al Pacino continued his unwavering support, accompanying Cazale to radiation appointments. Streep, deeply committed, stood by Cazale's side at every conceivable moment, providing solace and companionship during the trials of his illness. The severity of Cazale's condition could no longer be concealed, and the producers of The Deer Hunter hesitated. Faced with concerns about casting an ailing Cazale, they initially refused to insure him. Streep, however, took a bold stand, threatening to quit the project unless Cazale remained part of the cast. Reports, unconfirmed yet persistent, suggest that Robert De Niro stepped in to cover Cazale's insurance costs. In reflection, De Niro acknowledged, "He was sicker than we thought, but I wanted him to be in it." Recognizing the urgency of the situation, Streep insisted that all of Cazale's scenes be filmed first, fully aware that he might not live to witness the completion of the project. Despite the challenges, the commitment to capturing Cazale's contribution to the film prevailed. Tragically, Cazale's life concluded before the completion of The Deer Hunter. The film, however, went on to achieve critical acclaim, earning 5 Academy Award nominations. The poignant reality remained that Cazale never witnessed the culmination of his work. As the final chapter of John Cazale's life unfolded, it transpired within a cocoon of profound intimacy. All Meryl Streep yearned for was to step away from work and be by the side of her ailing love. However, the relentless burden of medical bills cast a shadow over their difficult circumstances. Faced with the heart-wrenching decision between dedicating more time to her boyfriend in his final moments and meeting the financial obligations crucial for his survival, the weight of this choice was devastating. In a reluctant move, she agreed to take on a lead role in the miniseries Holocaust, a decision driven purely by the urgent need for financial support. The filming took place in Austria, a circumstance that added to the complexity of the situation, as John Cazale's frailty prevented him from joining her. Stoically enduring the challenging circumstances, Streep refrained from voicing her inner turmoil. In her own words, she later expressed the unrelenting grimness of the material, which only deepened her silent agony. Filming on location at an actual concentration camp during such a challenging period struck a profound chord, intensifying the emotional strain she bore. Spending an unexpectedly extended 212 months in Austria, Streep grappled with the enduring separation from her beloved, each passing day becoming a poignant reminder of irreversible moments slipping away. The toll on her mental well-being was palpable. She felt as if she were losing her sanity. The worsening condition of John heightened her distress upon returning to New York. Faced with the stark reality that time was running out, Streep made a poignant decision to take a 5-month hiatus from work. This extended period was dedicated to maximizing their time together, even to the extent of moving into the hospital during his final days, showcasing Streep's unwavering commitment to being with him until the very end. Before the Christmas of 1977, Streep and Cazale cocooned themselves against the world. For this brief period, they refrained from taking on any professional commitments. As snowflakes gently descended upon the city that witnessed the inception of their love story, they sought solace in each other's embrace. Within the confines of their Tribeca apartment, Streep dutifully accompanied Cazale to every medical, radiation, and chemotherapy appointment. During this poignant time, the couple embraced a profound devotion, encapsulated by Streep's unwavering commitment to a man gradually slipping away. Al Pacino, reflecting on the profound love witnessed, remarked, "To see her in that act of love for this man was overwhelming." As the inevitable approached, the insulation they had meticulously woven around themselves served as a protective shield, shielding them from the harsh realities of Cazale's deteriorating health. Streep, so intimately connected, confessed, "I was so close that I didn't notice the deterioration." Their shared cocoon became both a refuge and a shield against the encroaching cold of reality. Until the onset of March in 1978, when the exigencies of Cazale's health necessitated full-time care. Admitted to a cancer treatment hospital, the inevitable unfolded in the early hours of March 12th. At 3 a.m., Cazale's doctor uttered the solemn words, "He's gone." Michael Schulman, delving into the heart-wrenching narrative in Her Again Becoming Meryl Streep, penned a poignant passage encapsulating the final moments of Cazale and the profound sorrow that engulfed a 28-year-old Streep. In a desperate attempt to defy the irreversible, Streep pounded on Cazale's chest, engulfed in sobs. In a fleeting, disconcerting moment, John opened his eyes. "It's all right, Meryl," he uttered weakly. "It's all right." Then, with a gentle closure of his eyes, he succumbed to the inevitability of life's end. Streep's first call in the wake of this heart-wrenching loss was to Cazale's brother, Stephen. Through tears, she lamented, "I tried," she told him. "I tried." At the age of 42, John Cazale departed, leaving an indelible void. Streep, reflecting on the uniqueness of his essence, remarked, "He wasn't like anybody I'd ever met. It was the specificity of him, and his sort of humanity and his curiosity about people, his compassion." Al Pacino echoed similar sentiments about his acting partner and older brother figure. "He was my acting partner, But he was like my older brother, too, Pacino reflected. He had a great sense of reality, if that means anything. John was here. He occupied a space. He was grounded. All I wanted was to act next to him for the rest of my life. A year following John Cazale's passing, Meryl Streep candidly addressed the profound impact of his death in an interview with People. "The death is still very much with me. It has forced me to confront my own mortality, and once you do that, you look at things differently," she revealed. According to Schulman, seeking solace, Streep briefly retreated to a friend's place in Canada, only to return to the city and face the unexpected eviction from the loft she had shared with Cazale. Confronted with the daunting task of packing up years of shared memories, Streep's brother came to her aid, accompanied by his friend, sculptor Don Gummer. While it wasn't an instantaneous romantic connection, the sparks didn't take long to fly, as Schulman notes. Initiating communication through letters during Gummer's travels, Streep soon sensed the artist's desire for something more. Upon his return, Streep found refuge in Gummer's apartment and embarked on the challenging filming experience of Kramer vs. Kramer, a role that would eventually earn her the first Oscar of her illustrious career. Meryl was shattered by John's death, and I did what I could to help, and pretty quickly I realized I was falling in love with her, Gummer recounted, as reported by Yours. Hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, Gummer was raised amidst a band of 5 brothers. His artistic journey spanned from Indiana to Boston and culminated at Yale. In 1973, he marked a significant milestone with his inaugural solo art show. The early 70s saw him married to a woman named Peggy. As the aspiring sculptor extended his haven to the grieving actress, little did he know the profound impact this gesture would have on both their lives. 6 months after their initial encounter, a pivotal moment unfolded in the lives of Meryl Streep and Don Gummer. They were wed. They exchanged vows in the garden of her parents' home in September 1978. Despite friends questioning whether the union was a rebound, her mother, as Schulman recounts, expressed more substantial concerns, pondering, what is she thinking about? While the swift marriage strained Streep's relationship with her mother, any reservations were proven unfounded. "I haven't got over John's death, but I've got to go on living, and Dawn has showed me how to do that," expressed the then 29-year-old actress during their wedding. Streep, now 74, has since carved an illustrious career, amassing countless awards, including 3 Oscars. She stands as the most nominated actress of all time, with accolades such as 2 British Academy Film Awards, 9 Golden Globe Awards, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. In 2016, she received the Cecil B. DeMille Award for her significant contributions to filmmaking. Gummer, 76, played a steadfast role in the background, a constant presence marked by an unfamiliar figure and a wry, humorous smile. Their union lasted 45 years, and despite their separation for more than 6 years, as confirmed by a representative, their connection endures, characterized by mutual care. Their last public appearance together transpired at the 2018 Academy Awards. "I didn't get over it. I don't want to get over it," Streep candidly expressed to biographer Longworth regarding Cazale's death. "The pain persists, residing in a recess of her mind, influencing every subsequent occurrence. Yet Streep remains humble, recognizing Cazale's enduring impact on her life and acting. As time goes on, I'm just more grateful to be alive," Streep shared with The Telegraph. "I have so many friends who have been ill, and I'm really grateful for everything I've been given. I've been given a great deal." As we reflect on Meryl's journey through love, loss, and resilience, what aspect of Meryl Streep's life resonates with you the most? Feel free to leave your comments, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more captivating stories about the iconic Meryl Streep. Until next time, bye.